Yo. And we are live. OC broadcasting live from OC Patio. This is the original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector, with breaking news. Breaking news on this Thursday, the 11th of September, 2025. We'll let people trickle in, but we do have breaking news on two brands, two members of the Holy Trinity. And I'm excited. Let me get my Bluetooth situation figured out here. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Hold on. Double check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes or no? Mic check. Quick check on the comms. Breaking news from Patek Philippe on this day. Patek Philippe doubling down on their premium positioning, establishing themselves as the ultra premium brand in the Swiss luxury timepiece market by planning to implement massive price increases across the board. And I think this is a good thing for Patek, a great thing for Patek. By the way, I have what appears to be the full leaked price list. Now, listen, I'm not going to show the full leaked price list. I'm just not going to do that. I don't have tons of independent corroboration on the authenticity of the price list. I think it's real. I think it's genuine. But out of respect for Patek Philippe, and I am a Patek Philippe customer, I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it. But what I will do is I will tell you the prices. How about that? So like I'm gonna try to have my cake and eat it too. I'll try to have my cake and eat it too. So I have the price list. I don't want to reveal the sources. The sources are dubious at best, by the way. But here's what I'm going to do. Before you guys go crazy and start shouting out a whole bunch of model numbers like, what's this price? What's that? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it fair. Fair for me. Any size super chat, $1.99 or more. So the super chat started at $1.99. Any size super chat, put in one reference and one reference only, and I will tell you what the alleged new price is for that particular reference. So that's the way we're going to do it. I'm not going to show the price list. I'm not going to reveal the sources. But what I will do is, in exchange for a small show of contribution, small show of support for the channel, if you put a reference number and a small super chat, I will tell you what the new price is going to be on supposedly September 15th. September 15th, the prices are going up. Patek Philippe, breaking news, in case you just joined us, Patek Philippe is doubling down on their ultra premium positioning in the Swiss luxury timepiece market. They're not going to let their position be overtaken by any other brand. They're going to solidify and lean into their ultra premium positioning by dramatically raising prices across the board. Let's say hi to the chat. Let's say hi to, by the way, upvote the live stream, guys, and the link to the memberships is in the chat as well. Let's see who we got here. Let's see who we have. We have Andy Lewis. Andy Lewis is a member. Thank you for being here. Howdy, y'all, with this customary greeting. Thank you. And he's first to upvote. Awesome. Appreciate that. Got Vimal, also a member in the chat. I love seeing the stars next to everybody's name. I really do appreciate it. If you're a member, I really do appreciate your membership. Membership does have its privileges, does have its perks. We did a members only stream just this week. If you look and see, there was a stream from a couple of days ago. It's members only. If you know, it was about CEO, AP CEO Ilaria Resta, and that entire 3-hour stream is members only. We've got Logan Hall's Grill Streams, also a member. Thank you. Not first, but not last either. Nope, you won't be the last. You'll never be the last. There'll always be people trickling in. Thank you for the communication check from all. We got MD Chaz in the chat, also a member. The aggression will not stand. What's that? It's not aggression. It's not aggression. I think this is a good thing. I am 100% in favor of Patek Philippe doubling down and leaning into their ultra premium position in the market. They're the cross. They're the best. They are the ultimate Swiss watch brand. They epitomize luxury in the Swiss timepiece industry. They are the best. So why shouldn't they be the most expensive? Why shouldn't they continue to be the most expensive? Why shouldn't they continue to demand that their customers be extremely successful? And listen, there's a lot of people who feel that if you can afford to spend $100,000 on a luxury timepiece, you should not be too concerned about having to spend 110 or 115. Are those people right? You tell me. The link to join the panel is in the chat. The link is pinned. The pin is linked. Got ZD in the chat. What's up, ZD? Good to have you here. Look at this. We got Brody. Let me just I got to open up another window here. Just bear with me 1 second because I want to be able to heart the people who are submitting highlighted comments. So let me just go into the dashboard here. Got to go into the dashboard. Boom. All right. We've got Brody with the first highlighted comment. What is, oh man. Oh, every show he's got to come in with one of these tutor comments, and I can't delete them. Because they're highlighted comments. Brody coming at us from California with the flamingo blue highlighted comment. Thank you, Brody. What is the increase on the Tudor Black Bay 54? Okay, there you go. I read your super chat. Customary Tudor reference there. No one who watches this channel, no one should be even contemplating the Tudor Black Bay 54. By the way, in other breaking news, another member of the Holy Trinity, Audemars Piguet, doubles down on their commitment to pivoting to producing women's watches. That's right. Audemars Piguet yesterday released a whole slew of new watches for their women's collection. They introduced a new women's perpetual calendar Royal Oak. They introduced a whole slew of new women's watches, all women's watches across the board, no men's timepieces at all. AP leaning into their pivot to providing the best quality women's watches in the business. Let me know how you feel about AP's strong commitment to producing complicated timepieces for women. By the way, two of the references that they introduced to the two new women's watches are Royal Oak perpetual calendars that start over $100,000. Now, I've had people reach out to me and they said, listen, OC, women don't, this is what they said. They say, women don't buy $100,000 watches. Their husbands buy them for them for purchase history. Now, do I agree with that? I don't know. I don't want to say that. Well, I think it's very chauvinistic to think that there aren't plenty of very successful independent women who are looking for perpetual calendars. There's They're looking for perpetual calendars from luxury watch brands. And AP recognizes that, and they're going to make $100,000 to $200,000 watches for women that are with complications because they've done the research. Now, if you disagree with that, you disagree with that strategy, I don't know what to tell you. But Ilaria Resta, CEO of AP, who's staying there. We broke the news here on this channel a couple of days ago that the board of directors has issued a statement calling the claims of Ilaria Resta's departure unfounded. That's right, unfounded. Johnny O in the chat from Chicagoland, also a member. Guys, become members. If you're watching the stream and there's like 7 people watching, all 7 of you, I think 6 of you are members and 1 isn't. Come on, become a member. There's a link somewhere in the chat to become a member. Or upgrade your membership. Upgrade your membership to a higher level. Why not? It's worth it. Kind of worth it. But yeah, we have the breaking news today. The leaked price. I have the leaked price list from Patek Philippe. Is it authentic? I think it could be. It might be. It probably is. Price increases going into effect on September 15th. Patek Philippe leaning heavily into their ultra premium position in the Swiss luxury timepiece market. MD Chaz in the chat. Many a woman, he says. He or she. I don't know who. I don't know MD Chaz's gender. MD Chaz may be one of our, female viewers. I don't know. I don't know his gender. I don't know his or her gender or their gender or whatever. Many a woman has told me they love busy dials with lots of circle thingies and buttons on the side. Yeah, that's right. There's this misconception that women wear watches as accessories, as jewelry. There's this misconception that they don't set the time on their watches. A misconception that a lot of watches for women are quartz because they don't like winding their watches and they don't like setting the time and the date. I don't know. Do you agree with that? I could be a misconception. I think, as MD Chaz says, there are plenty of professional, successful women who like the complications. They want a mechanical timepiece. And they want to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes in the morning winding and setting a perpetual calendar. Right? Nothing wrong with that. Got Peruka in the chat. Peruka, I just ordered a De Bethune 28 Tourbillon. Do I believe that? Do I believe you? I'm not sure if I do. It's possible. It's possible he has. Hey, look at this. A very good friend of the channel and also just a great supporter of the watch community in general. Muhammad Ali with the 50-pound super chat. Don't worry. I understand that John Roberts is a big Patel collector. Big Patel collector? He will stop all this madness. Who's John Roberts? I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm not plugged in. Who's John Roberts? He's a big Patel collector? You mean Patek? By the way, Muhammad Ali, because you and the same is true of Brody. If you tell me a Patek Philippe reference number, I will tell you the new price. Okay? Anybody who super chats, please include a Patek Philippe reference number so I can tell you the new price going forward. Justice John Roberts? Okay, don't worry. I'm surprised. Most Americans don't know who John Roberts is. I didn't know you were referring to the Supreme Court Justice. Supreme Court, what's his name? Chief Justice. Yeah, John Roberts. He's a big Patek Philippe collector. He will stop all this madness. No, I hope he doesn't intervene because it's not madness. And here's why. Patek Philippe is the best. They position themselves as the best. They position themselves as the top of the mountain, the ultra premium choice, and they should continue to hold that position. And if they need to continue to put in place massive price increases to stay ahead of the competition, then they should do that. All right, Brody has typed in a reference number, the 5226G. All right, let's find it. Let's find it. For every model you guys type in, for every reference, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a search on the Patek Philippe website, 5226G. I'm going to find out the current price, and I'm going to tell you what the alleged new price is. Right? And you give it. Listen, I'm not going to repeat it, so hold your horses. You pay close attention, guys. Pay close attention. Jot it down if you have to, so you don't have to super chat twice for me to repeat the same thing. Okay. The 5226G. Thank you very much, Muhammad Ali. Really appreciate all your support that you do for everybody, not just this live stream, but for other channels as well. I mean, it shows that you're a true watch enthusiast and an equal opportunity supporter. And I think that should be commended and admired. Only one reference number per super chat. All right, so the 5226G is the white gold asphalt Calatrava. A lot of people love this watch. A lot of people love it. It's currently priced at, let's see if I can even read that, 48. I'm going to give you the US price, 44,870. The current price is 44,800. Now, if you guys have a spreadsheet, you want to pull out the Lotus 123, you want to pull out the Harvard Graphics, the Word Perfect, or whatever you use, good old-fashioned Casio calculator. You guys can do the math. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that like people like Vimal are going to start doing the math in real time. Okay, I'm telling you the prices. You put in the old price, the new price. You calculate the percentage, and help the community. Let's do some. Let's all pull together and do this as a group exercise. Okay. The current price is 44,870. The new price of the 5226G on September 15th will be, this is going to fucking blow your minds, guys. If this leaked price list is accurate, the new price is 51,641. 51,641. Okay. All right, Brody, you happy with that? Someone can do the math and tell me what percentage increase that is. But wow. Peruka says 44,000 is outrageous. Well, how about 51,641? How about 51,641? Okay. Woo. Brody with another. Muhammad, I'll do your super chat was so big. I'm going to do both of yours. Okay. 516A and 516R. And Brody, thank you for your highlighted comment as well. All right, let's do that. The 516. Let's see, let's find it. Those are Aquanauts. 5167A. Okay. Let's just do this. 516. Boom. View all the watch results. Yes, all the watch results, please. All right. Hold on. I'm getting everything ready here. All right. The 5167A is the stainless steel Aquanaut. Stainless steel Aquanaut with a rubber strap. Current price is $25,958 in the US. Current price is $25,958. The new price of the 5167A is, are you ready? Drum roll, please. $29,875. $29,875. That looks like a whopping $3,900 price increase. $3,900 price increase. All right, people with your Lotus 1, 2, 3, do it. Listen, this one's 15% as well. I got to tell you, I have to tell you that the fact that it's a 15% price increase on both of those concerns me. I think this could be fake. And here's why, because I think the secondary dealers, like put it out there like, oh, Patek's raising prices by 15%. So someone could have created a fake price list, right, where everything's up by 15%. See, you don't know if the chicken came first or the egg came first. What came first? The price list that somebody saw and said, hey, the prices went up by 15%. Or did someone make up a rumor, the prices went up by 15%, and then someone created a fake price list? You don't know, the chicken or the egg. I like chicken and eggs. I love eggs. I love eggs for breakfast. I love eggs more than chicken. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, I love eggs in the morning. Eggs, sunny side. I love eggs over medium, sunny side up. Omelets, poached, over hard, scrambled. Let's do the next one is the 51. Thank you, Brody, and also Muhammad Ali. The 5167R. Okay, let's do that one. The 5167R is the rose gold time and date Aquanaut on the rubber strap. Okay, here it is. The current list price in US dollars is $50,927. Holy, are you kidding me? $50,000 for this? $50,927. Wow. This is the 5167R, guys. 5167R. The new price. Are you ready? The new price on September 15th will be $58,612. $58,612. Now, if this is also up by 15%, I'm going to say that this could be a fake. This could be a phony price list. Yeah, there we go, 15%. This is dubious, right? This is dubious at best. But it's a fun game, so let's pretend it's true. So let's just pretend it is true. Patek prices are going up by, 15%, like it looks like across the board. It'll be interesting if we find a reference that goes up by a different percentage, right? But suppose it's true. Is this a good thing? I think it's a good thing for Patek. I think they're leaning into their ultra premium positioning. If anybody wants to chat with me about it, jump on the panel. The pin is linked, and the link is pinned. The annual Watch Community Scrambled Egg Competition, says Logan Hall's Grill Streams, will be taking place this weekend. OC will drop the sign-in sheet. Yeah. Drop the link to the sign-in sheet, guys, if you want to participate in the annual Watch Community Scrambled Egg Competition. It's been ages since we've seen the sawdust eggs and with the wolf range and all that stuff. Yeah. Got Vamal in the chat with a highlighted comment in flamingo blue. Thank you very much. And the highlighted comment says, let's see the new price on the 6159G. Okay, let's do it. Let's find it. 6159G. This is an absolutely stunning timepiece. It really is. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. It's stunning. This is the new retrograde perpetual calendar with the smoked sapphire dial and the double hobnail bezel. This is absolutely gorgeous. The current price of the 6159G is $123,609. That's big. That's big. $123,609. This is the grand complication. The retrograde perpetual calendar, double hobnail, bezel in white gold with a sapphire smoke dial. Absolutely beautiful. Incredible watch. Current price, $123,609. $123,609. The new price. Listen, if you can afford to pay $123,000, then you can afford to pay the new price on September 15th, and that new price is $142,260. It's going from 123 to 142,260. 142,260. You got to hand it to Patek Philippe. They are they're the cross. They're the cross. They're leaning into if this is true, and listen, this is pretty suspect at this point. The fact that they would do 15%. Every reference that we've checked so far is 15%. So I think this is dubious. Absolutely. This is dubious and suspect. But it's a fun game nonetheless. I mean, I have what looks like a price list. I think it could be fake. It could be fake. But the new retail price of the 6159 is $142,260. If you just joined us, breaking news in the watch world. We got two breaking stories actually. Patek Philippe leaning into their ultra premium positioning in the Swiss watch market, launching new price increases. Price increases on September 15th, if the reports are true. And those price increases will solidify Patek's premium position in the market. Got CQ the watch guy in the chat. What's up, CQ? The ghost of Yiddish Gambino is in the chat. Hey, OC, my Patek authorized dealer, was losing their minds yesterday that the steel quartz Ladies 24 is now a $19,000 watch. I don't think that's all that expensive. Not for Patek Philippe. Patek Philippe 24. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look. 24. Boom. Let's see the watches here. Yeah, they got like most of them. A lot of them have diamonds, right? Which reference specifically? The quartz. The quartz. Let's see. I think you're referring to the 49.10 here. 49.10 is 17,058. Yeah, 17,000. That may be going up. If you super chat, I'll reveal the new price. Super chat, I will reveal the new price. The mall says the 5396, 5316. Sorry. Whoa, military helicopters going over my house. Just had two Blackhawks going over my house. I also saw what looked like two kind of Marine One helicopters. I was driving up to northern Jersey today to pick up my son, and I did see two kind of Marine One looking helicopters. I'm not sure if President Trump is in New York today for the for any commemorations or whatever, but I've been seeing a increased presence of there's two Blackhawks going by, and the two Marine Ones earlier. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like these watches, if the price increases are to be believed, then yeah. Thanks Famal for doing the thanks all you guys for doing the calculations in the chat. By the way, the other piece of breaking news other than Patek Philippe is AP is doubling down on their commitment to pivoting heavily to the women's market. AP yesterday launching a slew of new women's watches, exclusively women's watches. They are watches specifically designed for women, and they are intended to be sold exclusively to women. Don't think like, oh, well, like I have a small wrist or I'm Asian, so I can request one of these or whatever. It's not going to happen. These are women's watches, guys. They've been designed for women, by women, for women. Okay. So breaking news, AP yesterday, leaning into their pivot to making AP the premier Swiss luxury brand for women by introducing new references, including two women's Royal Oak perpetual calendars, exclusively for the women's market, because women want highly complicated watches too, right? If you just joined us, I do have a leaked Patek Philippe price list. If you want to know the new price of any model, small super chat in the chat. Just small, any size super chat. Type in the reference number, and I will reveal the new price. Ilaria is sending her Black Ops. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Black Hawks, Logan. That's what I said. Black Hawk helicopters. Black Hawk choppers. The mall spilling some macroeconomic insight in the chat. Patek has figured it out. The U.S. household wealth has increased from 104 trillion in 2020 to 160 trillion. That's a whopping like 50% increase. The bulk of the gains have gone to the silent Gen Plus baby boomers. 50% of the gains, or 28 trillion, and then Gen X 28%. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We got ZD in the chat. I'm done with this brand forever. I don't think you are. I don't think you are, and here's why. If you want the best, you got to pay for the best, right? Patek Philippe is positioning themselves as the ultra premium choice. Why shouldn't you have to pay more? And actually, if you think about it, this brings the prices of secondary, the watches in the secondary market up, shouldn't it? I mean, if all of a sudden a Calatrava is $8,000 more at retail, then I think the secondary prices will go up as well. And it's a pleasure to welcome CQ the watch guy.
Oh, got my hey, what's going on? I forgot I got my camera on. What's happening?
Hey, I turned my camera on because of you.
Oh,
Star of CQthewatchguy.com and his own live show on YouTube.
it's happening.
So, have you had a chance to absorb the news that Patek Philippe is, and here's my narrative, Patek Philippe is leaning into its and doubling down on its ultra premium position in the market by saying, you know what, U.S. customers and actually global customers can afford, if they can afford to pay $100,000 for a watch, you know what, they can afford to pay $115,000. We're the best brand in the market, and if price is an issue for you, if you're price sensitive, you should probably be looking at other brands. We've got plenty of customers who recognize that Patek Philippe is the best, and we have customers who want the best, and that's the way it's going to be. Reaction?
Yeah, I think it's definitely like you guys are gonna pay for it, not us, type of situation going on. I think brands are gonna take a little bit of a hit on their side, but it's pretty clear with a 15% decrease in the 80 margins down to 31%, that the lion's share of the lift here is going to be put on the retailers, put on the ADs who are going to have to try to sell these watches for 50% more that were already 10% more expensive in April. And I think it's a very, very hard task. I think Patek is one of the few brands that can do this and mostly weather the storm. But I'm an optimist. I was like, oh, prices will go up, but then they'll come down. And I think my optimism has faded, and the prices won't go back down, right? They'll just be up. And then, I was doing my stream and Yiddish was there, and he made the point that these prices are being raised on inventory that's already in the US as well. So it's really, a little bit of a profit snag. And I don't know.
The cash grab. It's a money grab. I mean, to that point, if they did ship 3 months worth of watches to their US subsidiary, if Henri Stern USA already got 3 months supply of watches, and then they're raising prices, and by the way, cutting margins. Have you seen the price list? Have you seen the phony fake price list? I can't verify its authenticity, but one of the interesting things about it is there are some models on it that have an asterisk next to the price. Like, for example, like the 7118 with the diamonds on it. It's like a $500,000 watch. There's asterisks next to those references, and the asterisk on the bottom in the legend says reduced margin.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Again, I don't know. I can't vouch for the authenticity of this price list. Maybe those super premium models that are several $100,000 gem set models, they're actually cutting the margin like to 30% or 31% for the retailers on those. You never know.
So those are all like those high end kind of off catalog, super high end pieces were already offered to ADs at a reduced margin.
Okay.
Like most like if you're getting a piece that's over $1 million,
so maybe
the full.
So maybe the asterisk just denotes that, by the way, this reference is a reduced margin model. We're not cutting those margins further. We're just letting you know on the price list that that's a reduced margin reference. All right, cool. That makes sense. Good insight there. And Ghost of Yiddish Gambino is in the chat here as well. He says, and I'd love to get your feedback on this. Secondary market pricing should jump by 5 to 10%, and it's still a deal compared to new for the models that are already selling at a discount on the secondary. Those are models like the AutoZone, which is the white gold, black, the 6119, and some of the other models. They tend to go for a little bit less in secondary. So even a pricing, I mean, would you say that, like, if you're interested in buying a Patek Philippe from secondary, do it this week? but because their reaction is going to be raise prices, right?
Yeah. I would say, yeah, if you could, if you're already in conversations, or if you're, try to get a good deal right now. Because if you have good inventory, why wouldn't you raise prices? That's a real honest truth, right? If you're a secondary market dealer, nobody's bailing you out, right? So in these situations, you're going to take advantage where you can. Some people are going to be pigs, other people are going to be hogs, and you should remember the people who are pigs and hogs in these type of situations. But it's what's gonna happen. It's just the way the world. Everything's gonna slowly start to trickle up. Premium models are gonna start to spike, because still, like, bringing in a watch is just such a headache. Even if you do whatever you want to do to bring it in from wherever, it still takes a longer amount of shipping time, and et cetera, et cetera. So some interesting things will happen on the secondary market. I don't think it happens overnight, but slowly the pressure will be applied, and if consumers purchase, it will keep going. It will keep going.
Yep. And I think Andy Lewis has a good point here. By the way, hello Tan in the chat. Hello Trap Vision 3D. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Hello Mal. Hello ZD. Andy Lewis says a lot of 80 phone calls are going to go out on September 15th. Okay, so let's think about it from their perspective. They're about to reach the end of the third quarter. They got 3 weeks left in the third quarter. They get to raise prices on September 15th, and they get to call a bunch of people and say, hey, good luck. I mean, good news. We got your piece. Now it's at a little bit higher price than it was before. Actually, they don't have to mention that. Say, listen, we got the piece that you requested. Come on in.
Yep.
And you know what you're going to do?
Yeah. Most people are going to hustle it down, and they'll pay whatever. Right. And that's just the cost.
You're going to get the text message. Great news. Your 6159 that you thought was 123,000 is now 142,000. But you know what? You requested it and it came in. So you're going to drop the phone, go run to Patek, and you're going to kiss their ass, and you're going to buy it anyway. And then you're going to pay sales tax on top of it, 150,000 out the door, because rich people are it's price inelastic for them. So they're going to spend the next 2 weeks possibly cashing in and maybe over delivering to customers, to make the third quarter numbers look really, really juicy.
Yeah, most will try to pump as much as possible. There's inventory there. They're going to use all of this urgency, this implied urgency, all these articles, people like me and you talking about this stuff like that. And they would see, come on, CQ and OC says the prices are going up. You got to buy right now. You should buy it. Like, I don't know I don't even know how many watches I'm going to get next year. It could be chaos. It could be all that. And people are going to open the wallets. They're going to send the wires out. They're going to send the BTC over. And that's kind of the world we're in a world where there's enough big, deep pockets that can handle a 15%, handle 20%, handle 30%, and they'll do it to be able to have that Aquanaut, to be able to have that Nautilus. So when you're up against that market, now that's not all dealers. Small mom and pop stops in the middle of nowhere, they're feeling it, and they don't like this because their market can't take a 15% increase. The New York guys, the LA guys, the big market guys, oh, come on, we don't care. But for a mom and pop, and what happens in this situation, what all this will breathe is the return of the real gray market and closeouts, to be honest with you, because the prices are going to explode. The mom and pops aren't going to be able to sell it. And here comes Mr. Gray Market guy. Hey, pal. Hey, I got a check here, man. I got a check here for $500,000. I know the bills. I mean, you got to pay the bills. Come on. Nobody. Who's going to know? They'll never know. And then we start into this thing. Discount is going to come back, right? Because at 15%, you got to ask for at least 1% off, right? I don't care if it's Patek or not.
They're not going to give you shit.
Hey, but you got to ask. But you got to ask.
Nah, I think you're gonna say, you know what? I'd love to get another strap with this. And if the retailer's generous, and they should, they'd be like, you know what? Hey, you want this other strap? No problem. We'll take care of you, sir.
It works. I can attest that a strap has healed a many wound.
That's right. A $500 strap for a $50,000 watch, and they're making 15,000 and margin. Anyway, by the way, real quick before we get to ZD's highlighted comment or super chat here, Vimal says, does the fact that there's that there are asterisks next to the references and then something in the margin or something on the bottom that says reduced margin, does that lend any credibility to the price list? I think, yeah, that's actually a good point. If someone, I mean, yeah, it's
I have an older price list somewhere that also has asterisks and says reduced pricing. Yeah, so
this could be real. ZD wants to know what's going on with 5212. 5212 is the steel weekly calendar. It's up on the screen. The current list price of the 5212, which I bought a couple of months ago.
Smart man.
In my collection, the list price is 41,038, 41,038. You guys remember that. The new price of the 5212 is, you guys ready? Are you ready? 47,231. 47,231.
It's rough, man.
Not rough for me. I bought it. I'm happy.
Exactly.
I'm happy as a clam. See, that's the thing is like this, in a way, like, and Terry Stern has said this before, raising prices and reducing availability of models is a way of rewarding loyal customers. And he's said that about people who've bought the Nautilus and people who bought sports pieces. But when I kill off these steel models one after one after one, it's a way of limiting. We're limiting production. We're limiting supply. And it's a way of making sure that secondary prices continue to remain high for those models. So it rewards people who are loyal, because people get Aquanauts and Nautiluses, and now Cubitai tend to be loyal customers who've spent hundreds of thousands with the brand already. So you're helping those prices stay high, or you're going up. So it's like a reward. It's like a gift. You're giving those customers gifts. Smart strategy.
It is one of those brands throughout the years. If you have been somebody who bought Patek brand new, you're not doing too bad. In recent years, some things don't look how you want it to look, but overall, you're not doing as bad as, let's say, the Breguet collector out there. You know what I mean? You could be a Blancpain guy. You know what I mean? You could be it ain't too bad to be a Patek guy. You know, you could be a DeWitt guy, for God's sakes. You know, they're out there.
Okay, we don't talk about them here on this channel. we try not to. Tobister McDonkey's in the chat. Did anyone talk about how Rolex invited President Trump to the U.S. Open and sat in the? Yeah, we did. We talked about that on one of the shows from a couple of days ago. I think that, I mean, listen, you have to do stuff like that. I mean, Rolex is a $10 billion company. Something that, like tariffs, is going to impact. It's a multi-billion-dollar impact on their business. So, of course, if they have a relationship where they can call upon President Trump to come, spend time, hang out with John Frederick Dufour, talk schmooze a little bit, you have to do that. All business leaders do that. There's nothing wrong with it. They have all these industries have lobbying efforts where they're lobbying their lawmakers. If you can go straight to the top, straight to the sky, and influence him somehow, then it's a smart thing. Disagree with that or agree?
No, I agree. I think you got to listen, 39% is crazy, right? And if you're somebody, you know, who's somebody of your nation and you want to protect your nation's interests, the Swiss watch industry is a huge industry over there. They do many different things, but Swiss watches trickles down into a lot of different places in Switzerland.
And employs a tremendous amount of the population.
Yes, an insane amount of the population works in some, whether it be legal or watchmaking or this or that or whatever, or design. A lot of people get employed. So I think there was a big event at the Swiss embassy. If I was right, I saw Claudia from Moser posting. So if I was every brand, and even like Edward Milan, I think in the Horinki article today, was like he was mad that the Swiss government didn't do a little bit more because they all could have seen this coming. So I think everybody is they're pulling every lever as possible, because trust me, nobody wants to make this price increase right now. You know, yes, they will make more money, but they prefer to make money and not cause this type of thing. They want to quietly 7%. Oh, and then we talk about the new watch 5%.
Yeah.
Oh, but when it's like 15 and we just had 10 in April,
I know.
it's like it's hard to not do a big article, and
it's one thing for companies to raise prices by 3% annually because of inflation or whatever. But if you think about what the Swiss watch industry has undergone over the past couple of years, they're dealing with, well, since the beginning of this year, massive exchange rate changes.
Yes,
I mean,
insane
exchange rate changes between the dollar and the Swiss franc. The price of gold, which is up, I think, I don't know, 40% over some period of time recently. I mean, the price of gold's up. So, some people in the chat are going to say, well, yeah, that there's only like $43 worth of gold in a typical Patek. I know there's not that much gold. The bean counters look at that stuff and say, listen, our costs are going up. We need to, we can't lose margin. These bean counters are.
This is luxury. You're not paying for a calculation. You're paying for a feeling, right? And just like there's no way I can put a number on love, there's no way you can really put a calculation on what it takes to make a timepiece like this. This is love, my brother OC. You know what I mean? So for you to try to sit here and say this many grams of gold and this amount of brass and this amount of man hours is like,
it's insulting.
Come on. When you give a Valentine's Day to your lady, are you know what I mean? Is she counting the $5? Well, you probably sent a good $50 card. She's not counting the $50. She's counting the, oh man, OC, he did it again. That's all that matters.
Yep. Yep. And then, so you have the exchange rates, you have the price of gold. Then on top of that, you have these tariffs, which everybody and his brothers, you go to buy a car, you go to buy anything, people go, oh, the price of tariffs. I got to raise. By the way, we're raising prices here on the memberships. We have to. Tariffs. The price of gold, CQ.
Yeah, you're right.
The price of gold's crazy. I can't continue to provide this low level quality of content at these prices.
It's hard.
The exchange
man.
rate. Price of gold's up. The exchange rates, they're crushing me. The exchange rates are crushing me. The memberships got to go up. So buy your memberships today.
Do it. You got to help out. Listen, you fly to Europe. I'm about to go to Switzerland, and like the biggest issue is like now everything is much more. It's already much more, but now it's like I'm like, damn, I need to really watch my spending out there.
Most of you have a Star Next to your name. If you don't, there's the link to the memberships. Become a member. Don't.
Let's do it.
Do it before the prices go up. The prices, hey, maybe I'll raise the prices on September 15th. I'm like Patek, kind of.
I think you're worth
it. We got Wristwatch Holic in the chat. What's up? Who else? We got Julius Caesar in the chat. This is the best chat. I don't know how, the people in this audience are the smartest watch collectors in the business. And we also have Diego, by the way. Diego, buy what you love. Don't worry about price. Buy what you love. Buy what you love. That's something that I've never said, something with which I vehemently disagree. I think you should buy what other people like. Buy a watch that other people will compliment. That's a good way to think about it. Forget about what you like.
But people will compliment anytime. I've seen some of the, you know what I mean? Like, you got to buy what you love, man. At the end of the day, when the market crashes and the dollar's worth zero, at least, you got a little something that you love there,
Yep. Billy's in the chat too. If anybody's watching and I haven't mentioned your name, type in a comment in the chat. I'll make sure to say, by the way, any super chat, any size super chat, put in a Patek reference number. I'll tell you what the new prices are. You can do the math. You can do the calculations on your Lotus 123 and your PowerPoint, whatever you have there, your WordPerfect 127, and calculate the percentage. By the way, the other breaking news, CQ, was yesterday. There's that flurry of rumors about the exit of AP CEO Ilaria Resta, which I don't know if you heard the story, but I did that live stream. I think it was on Tuesday. With those rumors, and that night at 1 a.m., AP reached out to me. They sent me an email. Yeah, they sent me an email. It was 1 a.m. and they said, "Hey, OC, thank you for your interest in AP. We thank you for your for following the story about Ilaria Resta. We, here's a statement from the board of directors that we'd like to share with you." And they sent me this statement. So apparently a lot of people on social media and a lot of people had been calling. A lot of people from our group, people watched the stream, started calling AP all over the world. I had people from Singapore and Hong Kong and other places saying that they were reaching out to AP to confirm it. AP was denying it. So they decided to issue a statement from their board of directors, which they sent me. I reached back out. I said, "Hey, is this okay if I publish this?" And they said, "Yes, it's okay. You feel free to publish it." And so on the stream the next day, I did publish the official statement from their board of directors, calling the rumors of Ilaria Resta's departure unfounded. Unfounded. Did you read the official statement? Did you see the official statement?
I saw a little bit about it, and then saw some people digging up some stuff about her being on the Prada board and everything. Well, the funniest part to me is you ended that stream saying you're about to see some 38 millimeter watches, and boom,
yeah,
boom, and I was just like, I was like,
no. Someone sent me a text message saying, by the way, for the rest of the year, don't forget, we're doing a women's size. I mean, I didn't say this. I said 38 millimeter perpetual calendars. Also, a new star wheel, and also, what was the other one? Let me see. Oh, and another Marvel collaboration. CQ, another Marvel collaboration's coming. Yeah,
that's interesting that they reached out.
But now, to AP's credit, and I said this on the live stream yesterday or the day before, the representative from AP was super professional, super gracious. He never hinted that I should take down the stream or take down any of the posts that I made. He never said that I should issue a retraction. He never said, do you mind publishing this? You mind putting out our side of the story? Never once did anything like that. Just simply said, "Hey, we understand you. We saw your channel. We understand you're an enthusiast of AP. Here's a statement from our board of directors," and that's it. And I replied back that I appreciated it. I got permission to publish it, and I told them that, as a gesture of good faith, that I would do another show where I present their position, and I did. And by the way, that's a Miss Tweed resource, the one who was the original source for all of these rumors. She doubled down on the rumor, and she said the board, after seeing the statement from the board that I published, she said the board had to say something like that because they're the ones who are going behind Ilaria's back and recruiting a new CEO.
Yeah, she. So I don't follow like the executive world in that field enough. But people were like, "Oh no, you can't say that because she's a part of Prada," and they're pointing out that some people do cross-board appointships all the time. But it's very interesting. Look, to me, she seems like a lot of stuff that she rumors about usually comes through. Usually, she's somebody who has her finger on the pulse there. So I don't know why she would double down on something like this if she didn't hear it from a really, really, it's not that juicy of a piece to me to double down on. Mm-hmm. If she didn't have a really good, maybe it was a conversation with somebody who was maybe had a few good burgundies that night, and maybe wasn't said a little bit too much or something. Maybe that's what happened. But for her to
burgundies,
something, I'm fair that sometimes the burgundy hits, yeah, it was very interesting to see that she was like, yeah, they just don't want you guys to know. She was not apologetic in any way. She was not
nope. She doubled down.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't know.
This whole week is all people doubling down. So this is Miss Tweed doubling down on her sources. She's saying, listen, Ilaria's gone. Don't believe what the board says. We have Patek Philippe doubling down on their ultra premium position, saying, you know what? We're raising prices across the board. And we have AP doubling down by launching a whole bunch of women's watches, and people are up in arms because women don't wear watches as accessories. Women don't buy their own watches. Women like quartz watches because they're dumb and they don't know how to set the time. And here they are coming out with a Royal Oak perpetual calendar for women, exclusively for women, designed by women for women, in a women's size, and it starts at 108,000 for the stainless steel, and it's, I think, double that for the rose gold version. And AP says, you know what? We know our customers, and we think we know the market better than you do. Okay, we're tired of the old guard, chauvinistic consumer trying to tell us what to do, trying to tell us who our VIP customers are. How dare you try to tell us who our loyal customers should be? We think the future is women, successful professional women, who don't mind winding and setting perpetual calendars. They appreciate mechanical timepieces more than men. Men don't buy the watches for women. Women will buy watches for themselves, and they will spend the money, and we know what we're doing. Your reaction?
Yeah, I mean that seems like a direction. I will give them credit that the marketing on this is much better than the kids on the beach. It is ladies wearing perpetuals and it's very female focused, which listen, you know my stance on that. But it looks like a grown-up people who can afford the watches that they're actually showing off and they have on the wrist. So I think they tone the marketing down a little bit, and we can go back and forth on if ladies are buying the watches. That perpetual is so freaking expensive. I just like, is it expensive? I don't know. Maybe just watches are expensive because the 5740 is 167 for now is going to be, oh my God, after the increase. This is like 155 before taxes. I just don't know if there is the lady for 155 who doesn't buy the mini frosted, the mini Royal Oak, and then some dope diamonds and Cartier bangles and things like that. That's my thing. They are spending the money. I just don't know if they're gonna spend 150 on a perpetual. Some will, but I don't know.
Let me ask you an even crazier notion, CQ.
Uh-oh.
Let's say you are a successful lady that comes in and they show you these Royal Oak perpetual calendars, and you're like, you know what? I really love this rose gold perpetual calendar. Now, the stainless steel is 108, right? Yes. And this rose gold, you said, is 155?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, 150,000.
Yeah.
What if they say, you know what? This is awesome. It looks amazing on you. But let me show you these codes first.
Won't work. Ladies aren't like us. Listen. Ladies are some of the best negotiators, and like they're tough, right? For that, yeah. Oh my God, brother.
You don't think it's gonna work? You don't think they're gonna show the lady a $52,000 code 1159 chronograph and rose gold? Say, you know what? We want to make sure that that your love for AP is balanced, and that you demonstrate your loyalty and love for AP by starting off with a great first piece, and then you know what? We know you like to go on vacation, so we want to show you the Royal Oak offshore diver for the weekend, right?
So
like when you're
no,
and then only then will we consider offering you the $150,000 perpetual calendar.
I never thought about it like that, but you're absolutely right. You cannot.
What if they do that? What if they do that too to the women? What if this is an age of equality? CQ, this is a time of equality. Why not treat the women customers the same way they've been treating the men customers? Let's make them jump. Let's make them jump through hoops too, right?
No, you could try, but female clientele know their value better than us, hands down, man. In any negotiation where the gentleman starts, he gets quiet, and the lady she was doing her own thing, she was on her phone, and all of a sudden she puts that phone away, and like she starts looking me in my eye, my butthole gets tight, brother. For real. Because they be knowing, they know the numbers. They're like, okay, you gave him 10%. That was just a start. It's happened multiple times, brother, where I've been just like, what? And like, and so that what happens with us, where they dangle little things and we do all the little stuff, that doesn't happen with ladies. Yes, it happens with the Birkins and stuff, but the thing about these other type of brands like Cartier and Hermes is they can sell them a bunch of different things. They can give them some slides for $1,000. They can give them a scarf for $700. They can do all these random things that build that account up, you know?
Yeah. Do you have Hermes slides, by the way?
No, I do not have any Hermes slides, you know, but my lady wants them, I gotta get them. That's how it works. So I'm gonna be like Yiddish and get an HO8 and just keep, I'm gonna just keep buying straps to build my Hermes account. But the buying behavior of females, especially females who are making the buying decisions themselves and have these dollar amounts, they just go secondary all the time, the time. Yes, they just go secondary, especially in the Middle East when that started to happen, where the bundling. I remember so many lady clients like, yeah, they started to talk about this weird stuff, and no, you have it, okay, let's just buy it, because they don't care. They don't care about name on paper. Yeah, they do, but like they buy what they want. So that game. So you're gonna see a lot of lady collectors having perpetual calendars, and you're gonna ask them what else is in your collection, and they're gonna say, "This is my collection," hands down, because it ain't gonna work like how they do us. We're a little,
Yep.
not smart.
Mal has been very patient in the chat. Flamingo Blue highlighted comment 6119G, please. I want to know the fake price. The current price of this is $35,000. $35,000. I'll get the exact price here. 6119R and G are $35,600. $35,600. The new price. The new fake price on September 15th is going to be $40,971. $40,971. Thank you, Mel, for the highlighted comment. If you just joined us, this is the original OC channel, Smartwatch Talk for the Smart Collector. We're live. I'm live from OC Patio, CQTheWatchGuy.com, joining me on the panel live from outside of Orlando, Florida, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we're talking about AP and their new women's watches, all of their new women's collection that they dropped yesterday, and Patek Philippe leaning into their ultra premium position with draconian price increases for the U.S. market, and I guess maybe the global market. We don't know. I don't know if this is just a U.S. only price list or not, but we have the price list.
I think every single.
I have the reference here, the price list here. I have all the references on it. The way we're doing it here is just type in any super chat and a reference, and we will reveal the new supposed price. By the way, Buckley's in the chat, and he says the new increases are outrageous. Now, he's a Patek Philippe customer. I would expect him to be more understanding and appreciative of Patek's desire to maintain their ultra premium position by making sure that their prices reflect the success and capabilities of their customers, but apparently not. Apparently he's not happy. He says greedy. Maybe he's talking to you, CQ. Maybe he's referring to you as greedy. I'm not sure.
No, I'm not greedy. Hey, I'm a pig. I'm not a hog. I'm here to make money, but I'm not here to overeat. And listen, if I was a dealer right now with a healthy amount of good inventory, I wouldn't be doing deep discounts, but I'm not like raising everything by 20% today. I'm making my money. But Patek, there's an element of greed here, right? Because if this happens and the tariffs go away, what is going to happen, right? They get refunds on the 10% from before. They get refunds on the 39% here because they are the importers. Are they going to give any benefit back? I don't think so. Are they going to lower prices? I don't think so. They'll say, oh, it wasn't about the tariffs. It was about gold and Swiss franc. The tariffs are just like, oh, we figured out the tariffs a long time ago. It was really about the gold and Swiss franc, which, will probably take longer to go away than the tariffs, which would be instantaneous. And this is the problem is, right? This is not the only brand. This is the brand that we're talking about. But Chopard, like it is said, probably going up 10%. Rumors, Omega is going up. In the article that Houdinki posted today, MB&F is going to be tacking on 15% to their consumers and taking some away from their ADs as well. The Moser is going to go up 10%. Everybody is going to go up, and only Patek can justify it, in my opinion.
I know that's just what I was about to say. What if this move by Patek Philippe is a way of duping all of the other Swiss brands into doing very large price increases and basically slitting their own throats. Like, think about Patek can do this, and they can
I could see
weather
Terry doing it.
weather the storm. But let's say they're like, you know what? Hey, we raised prices by 15%. Hey, Piaget and Chopard and all you other all you other brands, Oris, like go all the way down the line, Omega, Oris, JLC, Panerai, all you guys do it. We're doing it. Why don't you do it? And then they raise the prices by 10 or 15%, and they basically destroy their own market. Could there be a little bit of reverse psychology, like psychological warfare going on here by Patek?
I could see a little bit of that going on, because they for sure have a lot of inventory already in the US. They're a smart brand. So they for sure already have a lot of inventory within the US. And you're right. This literally is blindly marching your infantry into a firing squad. It is no, for real. If you're a smaller brand like a Oris, like a Omega, like even a Vacheron today, or God forbid you go into like the Mosers, the Outlands, the weird ones,
Tudor.
right?
Look at what a disaster Christian Ward has been over the past couple of weeks, raising prices, lowering price for that watch. That's
you know what I mean?
British brands, raising. What the hell are they doing?
You often wonder, like, why don't you just kind of be quiet and take your lumps and maybe be that brand that say, hey, we stood by the people. We understand the situation. We know there's a lot going on. We know we're gonna have to take a pinch. We know this seems like the pandemic all over again, which in fact paid those brands more than they lost during the pandemic for sure. And we're gonna stick with it. No, they're gonna take Patek signal, and they're gonna send their infantry in, but there's nothing sinking the pad. Have you ever seen the video of Terry Stern in West Palm? You know what his concern is? Which one of the 40 colognes he's wearing for the day? I love that video. It plays in my head all the time. And he just, I just have the 40 colognes, and I wear something nice. And like, he gives not one F. So I could really see him as like, you know what? Let's fake them out right now. Let's show them how deep our pockets are. You guys raise, because when I hear like MBNF 15%, I'm like, oh my god, bro, you're already up there. When I hear Omega raising the prices, I'm like, hey, bro, you're already up for the Moonwatch. I used to sell Moonwatches for like 4,200. That was like an easy sale, and now it's like you're close
8,000, right?
Yeah, it's 8,000, and now you're getting close to 10 if it goes up even more. I think the new price is gonna be like 9,100 or like even more. So I don't know. I think Patek can do it, but I think a lot of these other brands are, they're gonna need some upvotes. Upvote us, but those brands they're gonna start YouTube channels, because they're gonna need all the revenue they can. It's gonna be a bloodbath, OC. If it really goes past October, because just from the conversations I have with like, at first it was like, oh, come on, it's nothing. And then it was like, oh, well, we front loaded the inventory, so we're going to figure it out. Don't worry. And now it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do this. Maybe we have to start slimming things down here, slimming things down there. Because the expectation is that all of you sheep will just buy whatever price they put. And I don't believe you guys are sheep. I believe you guys are smart, intelligent human beings. But these brands, they think they're dealing with flocks of sheep here. And you got to really decide, like, what's your worth? What's your value? Because I can see Patek doing it, but I need a CEO to cry. You know what I'm saying? I need a CEO to fall to his knees and say, I did not want to do the price increase. I gave up my salary. Like something like that for me to like cry for them. If a brand goes, if a brand does that, then I'm like, man, wow, he's trying. But they're not doing that. They're not cutting the coffee expensive. The croissants are not going to be microwaved and not handmade. What are you talking about? The baguettes will be buttered. So that's your, so this is the decision. Will you butter their baguettes or will you butter your own? This is the decision you need to make, because their baguette is not going without the butter. I just want you to remember that. That's all.
Need the butter.
You need it.
Need the butter. And we also need upvotes. Thank you, Boston Collector. A reminder, if you're watching the show on the live stream or if you're watching it on the replay, upvote the live stream. Also, a new feature if you're watching on the replay is there's a new hype feature on YouTube. In addition to comments, you can scroll and you can see the live chat replay, but you can also see hype. And you click on the hype button and it actually promotes the video to other people. So I really appreciate it. If you're watching this on the replay, hit the hype button somewhere in the comments there. Buckley says the new ladies' pieces, I'll go back to AP real quick, are a test to see how much a rich dude will spend to secure some tail. I don't think so. I think they anticipate that women will come in and buy these watches. CQ, agree or disagree?
I think they're hoping for a lot here. I really honestly like this watch does look really good on a lady, and I love all these advertisements. But that 38 perpetual should have been positioned for a more unisex environment. A lot of people have been asking for 38 millimeter perpetual for a long time, so it'd have been nice to see it that way. I don't see any gentleman who's maybe if their wife really is a watch person, they're buying. But for 150, don't you just buy a Daytona? Don't you just buy like so many other things? Like what AP? Like I would have to be deep in the AP to cut the check just cause.
What are you gonna what are you gonna do? You're gonna take this video where you're showing, these cute Asian girls with their, I don't know, Hermes bags or whatever they're wearing and putting on a royal up, and you're gonna intersplice, a picture of some small wristed, weak guy and say, hey, by the way, this watch is also for you. I don't think so. I think they're doubling down on their pivot to women. You can see that this is not for men. And I wouldn't be surprised if they instruct their field staff, their boutique management, and the salespeople, like, hey, you know what? For the first year, we're not doing any of these pieces to men. They have to go to women.
Wow.
And we don't want guys coming and with their bullshit fucking stories, for their purchase history. Oh, my wife would really like the steel perpetual calendar. Yeah, they're on to you. Yeah, send her in. We'll create a profile for her. We'll sell her the code. We'll sell her the offshore, and then we'll sell her. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it that way. But thank you guys for upvoting the live stream. Good comment, Buckley. Diego M is also in the chat. Chick checking the time while having an iPhone in her hand. That's funny. I don't know if she has an iPhone in there or not, but that'd be funny if she also had an iPhone.
Oh, I think in the Royal Oak shot, she does have the phone. Like she checks it and then she does have
really?
the phone. Yeah, like right there, it's a phone.
Yeah, she's taking a picture though. She's taking a picture.
Watches are for the time, Diego.
We have Martin L. I haven't seen you in the chat before. Welcome to the channel. This is the original OC channel. We talk watches here. Smart watch talk for the smart collector. The #1 live watch show on YouTube in subscriber engagement. That's by YouTube Analytics. I didn't make that up. I bought my wife 3 watches over the years that I was convinced she would like, but didn't. Yeah, my family hates watches, by the way. My wife totally hates watches. The watch chose for herself, I would never have picked. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, are you saying that women don't inherently have good taste in watches? That you have better taste because you picked 3 watches for her and she ends up not liking them at all. So I don't know.
I think for men, we often, like when we buy watches, it's aesthetics plus the history, plus the mechanics, plus whatever story we convince ourselves to spend 200,000 on it. For ladies, the aesthetic, the fit, the usability, the utility, a lot more of that goes into it. I've seen ladies spend 1,000. I've seen ladies spend 500 grand on watches, but the thought process is a little bit different depending. Everybody's individual as well. So I could see, like, if I went to buy my significant other watches, like, they become the complete opposite of what CQ the watch guy would buy, for sure.
Ghost Fetish Gambino, who do you think the 38 millimeter code was created for? Ooh, interesting. Let's pull that up. The 38 mil. Have you seen the new 38 millimeter code?
The perpetual, yeah. It's kind of. I want to see live pictures because it actually looks interesting.
Let's take a look here. 38 millimeter code. Well, it's quite obvious actually for whom it was designed. Here it is.
It's that semi-gloss strap. Thank you, Brian the Pipe, for reminding me of that word as well. This on any other strap, you could say it's a bit more unisex, it's a little bit more versatile, because I think the dial is going to be a little bit more of a Olivier. I think the dial I'll like, but to put it on this semi-gloss
This is on
strap,
the women's. It's on the women's
it's
strap.
a ladies strap. Nobody, if anybody says different, they are lying to you. This is a ladies strap. If you let the APSA put this on you and tell you that this is unisex, they will do whatever. They will do whatever to get your money.
Yeah.
This is the test. Go in and ask them to put this on and say, wow, it looks nice. Do you think this is a men's watch? And if they say yes, it's men's, they just know that the integrity is -1.15 there. This is a ladies' watch. Don't let anybody convince you anything else. This is for ladies.
As a longtime collector, this is Brian the Pipe, member of the OC channel for 8 months. Thank you for your membership. I want to hear just one CEO say, quote, "We are investing in more watchmakers and service locations for the future." Yeah, you don't hear that ever, do you? You don't hear them. They don't.
I'm sorry.
They don't talk about that. They talk about everything else. The price of gold, the impact of tariffs, the exchange rates, how difficult it is to hire watchmakers, how we have to have limited production because we have to maintain quality. We can't make that very many watches. It's tough to let you in because our staff is busy and we can't see you.
We don't want to see you. We don't want to. We'd rather just sit in the back and have coffee. Hey, I've been one of those people before, man. There's been a rough, it's a Saturday, but your Friday was a real Friday. And now it's, Saturday. You wanted it to be light Saturday. Nobody's on the schedule. And then all of a sudden, the ding dong, it's like, do you have an appointment? I don't want to see you. And it's like for me to sit and just drink some green tea and read the newspaper in peace and not make money. But to Brian's point, it really saddens me because I do wish people spoke and brands themselves spoke more about the watchmaking issue. I'm somebody who's trying to build a watchmaking school, very, very early stages. And if you don't know, in North America, they're closing down watchmaking schools. They're giving less levels of certification. They used to give you a full long course that would give you a certain level. Now Rolex, Richemont, they're all giving you the shorter courses. They're going from creating watchmakers into creating technicians and polishers who can do just one or two things. What this means is for those of you who like higher end watches, the prices for repairs are going to explode. I can't get that through to you. Most of the watchmakers alive today, they're well over 40. Most of them are fighting retirement. As soon as your eyes are, you got to retire, right? A humongous generation of watchmakers are nearing that age of retirement, and nobody is trying to fix it. Not in the US. They're trying a little bit, but not in the volume you should be. All the schools are very, very small. They're taking 8 people, 12 people every other year and things like that. I would love to hear a watch brand say, hey, I'm increasing prices by 15%. I just want to let you know 5% of that is going directly to start finding new watchmakers because we understand the avalanche is going to happen.
That sounds like something a poor brand would say.
A smart brand would say it. I wish Terry would say it because listen, what's going to happen?
I think those low level brands use those kind of gimmicks like, hey, we want to give back to watchmaking. It's like the big brands just do it because they have to do it in order to be successful. I don't think I'm not a big fan of these gimmicks.
I understand what you said, and I agree with you.
Pretending to be committed to the people.
Exactly. That's the thing. You shouldn't pretend to commit. If you're going to commit. But Brian's so right. That watch, look how expensive it is. Even AP we're looking at right now. This, to my end of my tenure at 1916, APs became one of the worst brands for us to buy. And they're one of the brands that had to offer you less than I thought good, just because the repair costs kept changing every repair. If I send in one Royal Oak offshore, if I send 2 Royal Oak offshore, same movement, we're starting to get different prices. So I'd go to my buyer and start fighting with him, and he'd say, come here. I want to show you this watch. We thought it was going to cost $1,500 for a repair. Look at the invoice, $2,780. And he showed me, so I had to stop. I stopped fighting with him because time after time, and it happened to me, a couple of my clients. So I don't know. It's something that when we talk about it, I get very, very energized because nobody's talking about it. And by 2030, it's going to be bad. Bad. It's going to start. It's already starting. You're already losing your watch for a year. You have a complicated long insomnia, you're losing your watch for a whole year. It's going to be 2 years. It's going to be 2.5 years. You have a complicated FP joint. They're not even letting you send the watch in. You got to get on a list to get your watch repaired. It's insane, but nobody's going to talk about it. CQ is just going to be, crying in the corner. But it's something that it's, exactly. This is what I do. I cry in the corner. But, I'll be the guy with a little repair center in the islands just making bank, baby. I told you, Bitcoin, $1. Bitcoin, $1. CQ telling you.
Yeah. Do you think it helps? Do you think a brand like AP considers doing something official with their warranty to offset the trepidation that some customers have about, wow, I mean, so I'm buying a perpetual counter. It's new. It's unproven. Okay, I get 5 years, but what if this thing breaks in year 6 and all of a sudden I have to spend $5,000 on a service or whatever for this? I mean, do you think, or it's like, what, screw these. I mean, not screw the customers. But it's like, if something happens, listen, we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it quietly. We don't have to. We're already doing a great warranty. It's good enough. If or is reliability an issue with some of these brands where it actually turns people away from buying? Because some people would say, and we have members in our own community, part of the Colony crew, say, listen, if you're buying a watch like this for $110,000 or whatever it is, this one happens to be $110,000. You know what? If it breaks and you have to be without it for 4 months and you have to pay $5,000 to get it fixed, if that's a problem for you, then you shouldn't be buying these kinds of watches. It's almost like saying, like, hey, if you don't buy the Porsche 911 if you're going to complain about the $700 oil change.
Yeah, the thing is again, you can't control the price of that service. If there's sometimes some of those cars you can buy the maintenance plan and the warranty plan, extended coverage, and you're prepaying on your service, blah, 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 blah. You're prepaying on the tires. For watches, that doesn't exist. So today, and this is a perpetual, Lord knows it's going to cost you at least $6,000 to service, if not more. If you have a real issue, you're getting close to 10. So that's what it costs today. But tomorrow, next year, for the company that's moving from where most of its watchmakers live, have established families, etc., to a whole new place, reestablishing the whole thing, what is that going to cost? They're not going to give you those warranty guarantees that cars do, because at the end of the day, this is revenue for them. This is profits for them. Right now, in the past, I'll give them their credit. In certain situations, they'll give you the opportunity to upgrade. Like some offshores, some of those 2012 offshores, if you send it in for service, they would upgrade the movement, complimentary, and things like that. So they do take care. They take care of you in different ways. But in terms of the overall cost, buying something like this in 5 years would be 20,000 service interval every 6 years or so. Like, it sounds crazy, but it ain't that off. Right now it's probably 5, 6-ish. We're like, who's going to do the work? Because you can't get just your CQ off the street to do this. You need a guy who's been doing it for 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Patek, you got to work like 10 years doing batteries before they upgrade you. So, but for real, it's like, hey, you buy a big Grand Con from Patek to service that's a thing. Not only cost, but as well as who's going to do it. So it is something that I wish brands would care about, but they don't. It's money. It's money. At the end of the day, are you going to say no, OC? Or are you not going to service?
Yeah, I mean, and most people are. Some people are irresponsible when it comes to insurance on their watches as well. I mean, you pay $110,000 for this watch. God forbid. I mean, no one's going to want to rip this off your wrist,
but
for obvious reasons. But things happen. You lose it. Let's say you get a Royal Oak perpetual. Someone actually may want to rob that and steal that from you. You got to have it insured. You can't afford to lose $100,000 on a watch. So that means you're going to spend $1,000 a year insuring the things. Like $1,000 a year is not pocket change.
No. That's good money. There's a lot of things that go into the cost of ownership for a watch that brands just simply ignore. People on the second-hand market, we give you a little bit of a picture because you often sell it back to us. So we let you know, hey, this is gonna need a service. Let me just take care of it now. Let's figure it out now because you're gonna sell it back to me, and I don't want to have a bad conversation with you. These brands simply don't care. Half of these essays aren't going to be there when it's service time, anyways. They just need credit card swipe, wire, confirm. That's it. And the brands themselves have reinforced this behavior by bundling, by doing all these hoops, like making a watch like this. That like, why would you not make a gentleman's 38 millimeter as well? Why would you make this watch, put it on a semi-gloss strap? Who is this watch? People from AP. I love AP, man. I've been selling APs through
of the women,
dealers.
by the women, for the women. This watch has been created for the women customers. They want Ilaria Resta and the team there have doubled down. They say women want complicated watches, and that's what they have delivered. Sorry.
Okay. No, I don't know that. Please, because I'm trying to find a word to describe the feelings that I get sometimes with AP because I love them so much. But then I see certain moves that, again, I'm not. Listen, I didn't go to Ivy school. I'm from the 23 square mile island in almost the middle of nowhere. It is paradise. But if I in my head feel like I know better moves than these multi-millions a year, it's like, man, do I need to learn French? Do I go to a Swiss business school? Do I find a way to get there? I know I'm old now, but maybe by the time I'm 70, I could be a billionaire. If like some of the decisions that I'm seeing made, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I just like, again, why wouldn't, okay, you made this, the 38 millimeter rose gold champagne dial. We're going to make this leaner for ladies. Why wouldn't you make a 38 millimeter gold with a black dial?
The funny thing is Vacheron just introduced a rose gold overseas. Is it a perpetual calendar with the same champagne gold dial, same colorway as this? And that's a men's watch, right? And then AP introduces a very similar colorway, rose gold with a kind of champagne-ish dial, and it's positioned exclusively as a women's watch. And by the way, the other watch that they introduced, which is a stainless steel, they could have put a more unisex or neutral dial. They didn't. They went with sky blue. They went with light blue, which is the model they feature on the women, the dial color they feature on the women's watches. It's not even. There's no ambiguity there.
No, it's not Glacier. It's not.
They're like, listen, we're making this watch for women. We're going to promote it to women, and we're going to sell it to women. And if you think you've got a small wrist and you think you can pull it off, get in the back of the line. We're not going to give it to you. We're going to give it to the women. Fuck off. This is a women's watch. We're transitioning to a women. Listen, they in their mind, the women's market should be representing 40% of the business. Right now it's 5 or whatever. It's like, hey, guys, get on the ball. We need you to sell these to women. Open up your Rolodexes. Get cracking. Oh, well, this so-and-so wants to buy it for his wife. No. Your job is to find qualified women. Look at the marketing we're doing. We're doing the marketing. We're doing the lead gen, attracting women customers. Your job is to convert these people. And by the way, make them buy the code first.
That's not going to happen. That, like, if I was an SA, I'm telling you now, if the manager came in, okay, listen, we're trying to do late, okay, fine.
We don't pay you to talk about problems, CQ. We pay you for solutions.
No, listen,
okay? We pay you to close.
But how do you want me to close that when I get slapped across? Like, no, some of these ladies, they don't.
What do you need? How can we help you?
Let me sell them Royal Oak. I'm not selling any lady code 1115.
We need to diversify.
I quit, brother. I quit. I don't do that job. No way. It's worse than walking through Kohl's because, again, lady buyers.
Kohl's is a great store, by the way. They have a lot of great.
Yeah, but I mean, Kohl's, COALS. Kohl's on fire. That's what I mean. It's walking through a bed of Kohl's, thinking you're gonna convince a lady collector who's seen this ad, who likes the watch, who has the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be hers, her husband's, whoever, to think you're gonna present to her a code 1159 before she buys this, like, I wouldn't want to be that. I would never wish that on my worst enemy, to try to do that over and 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 over again. No way.
And over and over and over and over.
Yeah, that's what it is. People don't realize it's like every day it's okay, try to sell this person something that they do not want. And not in the way of like, hey, this person's walking into, a Costco and you're going to sell them an AT&T thing. No, you're selling them something they don't want. When they Google it, people will say, you should not buy this. Like everybody will be like, this is the watch they will try to sell you before you get the good stuff. So you're up against a world conspiracy already. And you got to do that every day, every hour. And you got to fake out people and and then the GM gives you a call. Hey, great news. You got some new watches going. Great. The new 38 millimeter perpetual. Oh, awesome. I got a couple guys. Well, do they got wives? Oh, well, yeah, they got wives. You want to sell them some of the mini frosted? No. We'd really like if they get the perpetual. And it's like, okay. I go about my day. Now, listen, ladies will buy some of these watches, but the majority of the people who are asking for 38 millimeter were not ladies. It was gentlemen who wanted a smaller perpetual calendar because smaller perpetual calendars existed. To pretend that base of people was not there, asking year after year after year for 38 millimeter perpetual, and to not present this as a pair of which this is the insanity of me. Why not make the steel dial with a normal deep blue? Nobody can get it anyways. Just make it. That's what these decisions make me so like. You don't have to actually deliver it. Just make it. Give it to John Mayer. I don't care. But to say you're only going to present this watch to the public, the masses who have they worked so hard to give you their money. They bent over backwards to send the wire. They send the blueberry scones. They send the muffins. They call you on your birthday. They come to visit the store when the store opens up. Something's happened at the store. They call you and they pretend to care and they rub your belly. They do all these things. They get on these streams and they come and defend you. And you could not just give them a 38 millimeter rose gold green dial, a 38 millimeter stainless steel with a gentleman's color, or at least a unisex. I didn't want to say gentleman's, a unisex color. That shows you that there is no connection between the people who truly love and embrace the brand and the people who are making the decisions. Because this, my friends, would have been the easiest slam dunk ever. You want people to stop talking about Ilaria Resta. You want people to stop talking about Jeannie Wright. Just give them a blue dial 38 millimeter. Everybody will shut up. We'd be on here. Oh my God. Buckley would be here. Oh my God. We love it. Boston Collector would resurrect. Oh my God. I told you guys. But no, we're here talking about this should be a platinum watch. The fact that this is steel and not platinum with a glacier blue. AP, if you want to send me a check, I'll take the check to come to Lebrassus. But I can fix you. I love your brand. I will go to Lebrassus. I will shave the beard if that's what you want. I'll lose some weight. You want me to look a little bit more fit? I play guitar. I can pretend to be John. I can fix you. But I hope somebody at AP is watching this as somebody who I love the brand. What you're doing today doesn't make sense. And not because you're going after the ladies, because I think, of course, go after the ladies, great money, whatever. But the fact that you're ignoring a good group of enthusiasts who fight with me every day when I hate on AP, who fight with OC every day. OC is an AP lover. We're not AP haters
love
here.
AP. I have an AP. I love it. I would love to buy another one. Yeah.
So I don't know. Do better, actually, guys.
Yeah. When I first saw this, I thought, this is, they do have a white gold with a sky blue dial with baguettes, which is a men's 41. So maybe they're positioning this, but no, they're doubling down. This is for women. We're going to give this to women. Hello, Jen G in the chat. Got Billy, Wristwatch Holic. If I missed you, I apologize. Tom Voss is in the chat upvoting. Cloud Ken's in the chat. $5 super chat. Brody, my new nickname for the Aquanaut is the Nautilus Offshore. Thank you for your contributions. Appreciate the support in the form of the super chat. Cloud Ken. Who else do we have here? Boston Collector, who jump on Boston. Defend AP and their tremendous He wants to. I actually think that, there's. Listen, I can defend Patek all day long. I think that what they're doing makes sense and easy. But this, I mean, going so heavily into making these watches and not shoving them down women's throats, but basically, think about this. Let's say you were in these focus groups and these watch collecting groups, 2010 to, over the years and years and years. And AP comes to your little group of high-end collectors. Listen, we're developing a new perpetual calendar movement. Wow, that's incredible. I can't wait to see it. And they're like, you know what? While you're doing that, we'd love if you made a smaller size watch, because we got a lot of like smaller wristed guys. We want more classic sized watches. If you did a Royal Oak in a smaller size, that'd be awesome. And AP goes, you know what? Feedback noted. We appreciate that. Thank you for your service. And then 5 years down the line, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And sure enough, they come out with a 38 millimeter perpetual calendar Royal Oak, and they go, yeah, this is for the women.
It's sad. It really is. Like, it's super sad, because like we're joking about it, but literally there are people who they can't fit into a 41. It doesn't feel good on their wrists. You know what I mean? There are people who can't wear Nautilus, right? Because their wrist is just the wrong size. So, if you don't have the right half link, it doesn't work. So there are literally people who've been waiting with money aside to spend on something like this if it was presenting for them. And that's why it's just it's comical to me. Like I feel like sometimes I'm in like a different world where if Francois was there, I can't see him not taking the money. This is the most obvious cash grab you can make. Everybody would be here. Boston Collector would be just AP is the great. Like I wouldn't be able to shut him up. I would have to be like, you know what, Boston, you're right. People have been asking for this for so long. AP delivered it. It's on the 250th anniversary. I'm sure there'll be more dials down the road. But This was such a slam dunk. And all you had to do was just a black dial, a silver dial, anything. It didn't have to be blue.
Anything for the guys. But nope, they didn't. Boston Collector says these are allocation by Switzerland to women who have shown an interest in the brand, maybe 4 to 5 watches purchase history. CQ. Incredible offerings for women who don't have as many options in the market. Boston Collector coming through with his strong and undeniable defense of Audemars Piguet. You don't expect anything less from Boston Collector. But by the way, how's he doing there? How's he doing at AP? How's his journey going?
I hope he's I hope he's doing well. Because the way that you defend them,
I doubt it. If it were going well, he'd jump on and share an update with everybody. But the reality is, he hasn't been on for weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while, Boston.
Maybe it's been months. Maybe it's been months. And listen, he's running in circles. He's in circles at AP. He's like, they probably came and offered him another offshore, like another $80,000 offshore. Who knows what's going on with him at AP? But listen, I have every faith in him. If anybody knows how to play the game the right way with integrity, it's Boston Collector. But yeah, these watches are for women. Breaking news, by the way, you just joined us. Patek Philippe doubling down on their ultra premium position. Prices are going way, way up. Way, way up. And if you don't believe me, let me see here. I'll show you real quick. Boom. Yeah, here's the price list. The price list is right there. I posted it on Instagram. What was also fascinating? In addition to, we were doing a live stream a few days ago. We were talking about the rumors swirling around AP CEO Ilaria Resta, and then AP reached out to me and sent me a statement from the board of directors. One of the things that we also talked about, and Diego made a specific point, and Buckley as well, because we were talking about the marketing of the code and how. And Buckley, I think, and Diego have a lot of great ideas for how to turn it around and turn it from a stepping stone piece that people see as something that you have to buy in order to get to the Royal Oak to something that's actually desirable and that people want to buy. And we mentioned that there's a very famous interview with John Mayer where John Mayer said, I like the code, I like the offshore, but it's not for me. And and like I won't wear those watches. I like the Royal Oak. For the guy who he actually works with AP, he's a collaborator with AP. For him to actually not put his money where his mouth is, and not to have a balanced collection, not to have breadth in his collection representing all of the collections of AP, was a fucking slap in the face, right? And people called him on that. Said, listen, you're having customers come in who want a Royal Oak, and you're telling them no, buy a code first, but you are there saying the same thing. Is that hypocritical? Lo and behold, CQ.
They really watched that stream, huh?
Lo and behold, within one day of that stream, here is what happened. John Mayer made a public appearance on a podcast, and he was wearing, for the first time in public, decided to wear a code 1159 Tourbillon. Now, you think that's a coincidence?
Nope. I after you have confirmed that they have reached out to you, I could honestly believe, because listen, it is like a thing, right? That like your best ambassadors don't wear the code 1159. You know what I mean? And it's easy to John, we're just gonna send you something real quick. Please, we know, John. But we're making all this stuff for you.
They said I think it was either Diego specifically said, if you or Buckley, if you really wanted to make the code 1159 work, instead of having Sabalenka wear a blinged out Royal Oak chronograph, why isn't she wearing a blinged out code 1159? Oh, well, because when you're testimony for Rolex gives you the watches, and they pretty much tell you which ones to wear at which events, because they have a very coordinated strategy. You see Federer, he's gonna wear the 1908 here. He's gonna wear the Daytona here. He's gonna wear the Land Dweller here. Everything's kind of mapped. They map out everything very concretely for him. The AP people, they don't. So anytime John Mayer goes anywhere, he wears his Royal Oaks or his John Mayer Royal Oak or whatever. But within the last 24 hours, someone on the stream said, if you wanted to make the code 1159 a success, why isn't John Mayer out there with one? The son of a bitch not only isn't wearing one, but the guy is a creative collaborator with AP, and he said publicly he doesn't like the code. Or he said, listen, it's not for me. Well, if it's not for you, then maybe you're not loyal to AP. Maybe you're not an AP fan either. You can't shove it down the throats of the collectors and then have one of your ambassadors not drinking the Kool-Aid.
I think one thing I've disliked about the AP marketing is their use of soft ambassadorship. Kevin Hart being the biggest example of, he is an ambassador, but they don't do marketing with him. They don't do too much with him. When he slipped up on the Hodinkee interview he did, this must have been 3 or 4 years ago by now, he was tired, right? And when being in a tired state, he explained, listen, I love all these other watches. I love this, I love that. And there he was like, well, I have to wear AP because we have this thing. And I was so taken aback, because if you're partner with at that time, one of the biggest comedians in the world, why wouldn't you want him to have an official, this is our guy, Kevin Hart's our guy relationship? And it's like, is he just trading it for access? And it sounds like that's what people are getting, It's like, hey, we'll give you a little bit of change, but really we'll just let you get all the watches you want. So if that's the thing, you're not paying me to promote a fucking code 1159. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? You're giving me good watches. I'll only wear AP. You make sure I get all that I want. Maybe there's a little bit of dollars, but for me to put a code 1159 on the wrist, you got to pay me $500,000, bro. Easy. And that's CQ the watch guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Boston Collector says Kevin Hart's been out a long time. He also says, hot take. If you think these watches are going to women unfairly, most likely they're going to women that warrant, based on their relationship to the brand, and a 41 perpetual, and this is not changing much. I'm not sure what. If you could clarify that statement, I lost it. I have reading comprehension issues. So
if you think these watches are going to win for mostly, Okay, so
Let
he's
us
saying that
retype.
the only ladies that are getting these are ladies who are warmth based, which is great. I agree with that 1,000%. I think these should go because there are ladies who do spend. I know you guys don't believe it, but I've seen them myself and I've talked to them, I've sold to them. So I do believe those lady collectors deserve these pieces, and these pieces should go to their hands for sure. But you cannot, there's nothing anybody can say that this was just not such the biggest missed opportunity of the year for them to make this in at least a unisex color. I'm not gonna even say do the navy blue or whatever, but to the fact that you didn't even do a Patek did with the ladies Aquanaut Perpetual or Moon Phase, whatever date. At least that was like, oh, I could get away with it if I'm in Miami. That's a ladies watch as well, but they let you have some fun. This is telling me, hey, if you're somebody who can't pull off a 41 and you want a 38 millimeter, I gotta go. But Boston, you can't convince me on this one. I love you. Good to see you here, but where's what watch will you buy? Which 38 millimeter are you gonna buy, Boston? Let me know in the chat which one's for you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Which ladies' watches are you gonna buy? Come on, they're not gonna let you buy them. They're not gonna let you buy them.
Could you imagine that you go over there today and say, "Hey, man, I'll take the 38 millimeter steel for myself. I'll wear it. I'll wear this color," and they tell you, "Nah, like where's your late?" Like I would cry. I would be like, "You don't want my money for like." I should wait. I should wait 2 years for the real one to come out. And it's like, but you're right. Today, people are calling like, "Hey, I'm interested in this," and they're. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. And it's like, hey, like, are you a lady? No, it's not for you. It's not for you. I don't know. It's been a great chat as always, man.
Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes. If anybody wants to, thank you, thewatchguy.com for all things watches. Check them out. I'm going to go for at least another 10 minutes here. If someone wants to jump on, we may go for a little bit longer, but I'll wrap it up in 10 minutes. Just breaking news. AP doubling down. That's the word of the day. Doubling down on their commitment to serving the women's luxury timepiece market with the introduction of new complicated timepieces for women, exclusively by women for women. And you can pick these up at your local AP boutique. And then, of course, the other breaking news, Patek Philippe, also doubling down on their ultra premium position in the watch space by dramatically raising prices. If you're just joining us, go back to the beginning of the show. What we did is, if for anybody who super chatted and typed in a Patek Philippe reference, we gave you the new price. And if anybody's watching now who's just joined, if you want to know the new price of any Patek reference number, either scroll back through the chat, go back to the beginning of the show, or type in your super chat with your reference number. And for the last 8 minutes of the show, we will review the new price, alleged new price. Or if anybody wants to just jump on and talk about anything related to either AP or Patek, jump on. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I also dropped the link to Young Brando on Instagram. He was the source for one of those. He had a good Instagram post where he kind of showed that code 1159 on John Mayer's wrist. So I'm using that. So follow Young Brando Watches and Style on Instagram. Very good Instagram page. Let's see. Who else do we got in the chat? MD Chaz says AP is definitely watching. Currently, 38 current people. That's right. 38 current people watching, 11 collectors, 14 Swiss corporate lawyers, 1 woman. We do have 1 woman in the chat, and 12 bots. Don't forget about the trolls and the lurkers, MD Chaz. There's always plenty of those, because there's some of those guys are actual watch people. Speaking of trolls, got Dubai expat in the chat. How did Patek increase prices in total this year in the U.S.? A lot. I think basically about 25%. 25% in price increases for the United States market. So yeah. Yeah, a lot. By the way, Dubai Expat and CQ and I will be in Dubai in November doing a watch meetup. Well, what else? Oh, we got some back and forth in the chat. Always got some good spiciness in the chat. Boston Collector says, unfortunately, AP does not recognize any gay ambassadors. At least Rolex is progressive enough to do that. Kudos to Rolex, the queen of watches. Their new slogan, hopefully. Oh, geez, Boston going against Rolex, going against the crown. How dare you? How dare you? Gay joke, Boston. Buckley, Boston, if anybody wants to jump on, anybody wants to jump onto the chat, feel free. Got 50 people watching, which is insane. How do we get so many people watching? It's breaking news. We do have the price list. I'll show you real briefly. I didn't make it up. Boom, there it is. I have the price list. I have all the models. If you want to know the new price of any reference, any size super chat to reveal the new price. Now, maybe this price list is fake. You know, maybe this 15% price increase is a lie. Maybe it's a hoax. Maybe it's a hoax. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Listen, I'm a big believer don't believe everything you read. Do not believe everything you read, especially on social media. And this is technically social media, so we have zero credibility here. Absolutely zero credibility. Boston Collector. This is a fair sentiment. If you can't pay 25% more this year for your Patek at retail, you must not be investing. It's actually an interesting point because the opportunity cost of buying watches is also a cost, right? There's the cost of servicing potentially in the future. There's the cost of insurance, but there's the opportunity of cost of plunking down $50,000 on a watch and not having that $50,000 in a different asset class, right? And God knows the resources that I've had allocated to other asset classes, like the stock market, have done very, very, very well. And the asset class of watches is not doing as well if you consider watches as investments, which they are not, but they are assets. I learned that from YouTubers, by the way. So yeah, it's been a fun. Should we keep going? Should we keep going? Let me know if we want to keep going. Then we need panelists. We need guests. Hey, we got Monsieur AP in the chat. Monsieur AP, what's up? Good to have you here. He or she is also a member. With Monsieur AP, I'm assuming you're male. Watch Patek try the same thing as AP. History dictates as such. First the Royal Oak, then the Nautilus. First the offshore, then the Aquanaut. The first to do something is always punished, and then they are followed. Good point. This is the 5212 weekly calendar. I picked this up a couple of months ago. Thank you to my Patek Philippe retailer for that. I picked it up. I spent $41,000 on it, and got some straps and a steel deployment. And the prices are going up. The prices are going up. We covered the new price earlier in the show. Last call for someone to jump on the panel, or questions or super chats. I feel bad. There's 45 people watching. I know, but I ran out of stuff to talk about, to be honest. I'm done. not going to talk about Armin Strom releases or whatever. That's this. We don't do that kind of show. We don't have that kind of channel here. But yeah, I think we covered it. By the way, Diego had a good comment earlier. Let me see if I can find it. His comments are always good, but there was one that was particularly insightful that I wanted to bring up. All right, who are you? Whoever you are in the back room. Either type in a comment in the... Can you put in an avatar at least? Can you put in an avatar? If not, no biggie. No biggie. All right, we got someone in the back room who I'm going to let on in 1 minute. Give him or her a chance to create an avatar instead of just having a blank thing there. Boston Collector asks, what is the total amount of money needed for the Patek journey to a Nautilus at retail? Not a single person that I know has gotten a Nautilus at retail. Not a single person. I mean, there are some people, like, for example, I mean, there are people who've gotten Patek Nautilus at retail prior to the boom. I'm talking like prior to 2019. But has anyone gotten a Nautilus since then? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Who's gotten a Patek Philippe Nautilus at retail from the AD? Yeah, and I wonder what their journey's like. Hey, got a new person joining. NATO straps on Rolex are a crime. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
Oh, thanks for having me. Come and get your NATO strap.
NATO, yeah. Get your Christian Ward on a NATO. I think, yeah, Rolexes on NATO are a crime.
If you put a NATO strap on a modern Rolex, you're a pussy.
Oh,
you're a pussy.
Language. We get kids that watch.
If you buy a NATO strap and it costs more than $8, you're a stupid pussy.
Jeez.
If you buy it from a person who's British and drinks shitty coffee, you're a total pussy.
Do we want to go there? Do we want to go there?
We don't have to go there. I'm just putting it out there. You know, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But
you know.
Yeah,
it's about effing time. Someone said it.
It's about effing time. Someone. But listen, that person is long been considered
a little bitch.
Little bitch of the community. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Logan says yeah, NATO straps on Rolex is a crime. Coming in hot and heavy today. Hot and heavy. Yeah. Listen, but that's the kind of show we run. You know, that's why the executives at all these brands and the people in the publications in the mainstream press, they all tune in because we tell it as it is. And the facts speak for themselves. Just two days ago or 3 days ago, whenever it was, someone called out John Mayer and said, listen, remember that interview that you did that we've been harping on where you say, listen, codes are nice, but they're not for me. You know, like, drink your own Kool-Aid, man. If you're a Rolex ambassador, you should, you know, and you said it too. Listen, you know, why aren't they forcing Sabalenka and Mayer to wear the code? And lo and behold, you know, 1 day later, we get this. Coincidence? I think not. John Mayer, they gave this to him. They had it in the vault or whatever. They said, listen, we've got a code 1159 tourbillon. We made it with a kind of a jade dial or a turquoise stone dial or whatever the fuck it is. Listen, you got to wear this thing. We're getting fucking hammered in the press, Johnny. That you don't wear the code. And you are one of our ambassadors. You're like one of our creative directors. You got to have a balanced AP collection. You got to go out there and wear the code. And lo and behold, here it is. We didn't, so yeah, people watch. We know everybody watches.
Yeah, it's an ugly code.
Yeah, well, he could have picked a better one, but
horrendous, actually.
So in the chat, you've said stuff like Patek Philippe is greedy, that these price increases are unfair. You think that this is not a good decision from Patek Philippe? You think they priced themselves? Yeah, I think you think they priced themselves out of a big, significant chunk of the market, or no? What do you think?
I just think that their prices are outrageous. It's outrageous. I mean, I bought my watch. Let's see, May 24.
May of 20.
So where are we? We're September. What is that?
It's about about 16, 17 months later.
Okay.
Right?
This watch is now going to cost almost $20,000 more in 16 months. I mean,
really?
I think after tax, I was at like 60 or 61. Between 60 and 61 after tax.
Don't give it away because someone's going to super chat. Someone super chat if you want to know the price of the 5396. The new price of the 5396. We'll give you the old price and the new price. Just any size super chat in the chat, and we'll reveal it. But yeah, the prices have gone up considerably, for sure. And those are, they're not cheap prices to begin with. They're expensive for dress watches. Patek isn't cheap. Now you have people like MJ and other members, super rich people in our, members of the colony, members of the watch community, who say, you know what? If you can afford a $50,000 dress watch, then you should be able to afford a $60,000 dress watch.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. It's interesting the way people are digesting this.
Any size super chat, guys, and we'll reveal the new 5396 price. Yeah, but you have some watches like the 6119, the AutoZone, the 5226 that go for a little bit under retail. This is going to help those. It's going to lift them up a little bit, right? It's going to reward people who bought them cheap.
It's going to be really scary if the gray market doesn't adjust. I mean, that's a bath. I shot a joke out at Alex in the chat before because it's like with the new price increases, how much of a bath would he take on the watches he bought?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Imagine literally, what are the watches that Alex has bought?
He has a 6119. He has a 5212 like I do.
Okay.
And he has I think that's it. Hey, I don't think he's unboxed anything else. Alex, if you have anything new, jump on and unbox it. We'd love to see. I think he's on, but he's definitely on the Patek journey.
I think he has I don't know. But whatever he's bought, it would be like 40, 50 grand more that he would have paid for it. It's like Rolex day date gone in the wind just because.
Exactly. Why are the kids crying? If you can afford a $400,000 home, you can afford a $600,000 home. Yeah, just do it. I mean,
yeah,
they are. I mean, the question is how price inelastic.
It's not about that. It's about when people just say, "Go fuck yourself," and rich people do that all the time. Say you want this home for $5 million. Well, I want 5.2. Go fuck yourself. Out of principle.
So rich and successful people, you're right. There's a significant percentage of them that are spiteful, right? They don't like to be told. They don't like to be disrespected. And to the extent to which they feel this is disrespectful, then yeah, they tell the brand, go F yourself. If you can bench 225, then you can bench 325. Can you? I think I can bench like 65. If I can bench 65, I can bench 75. How about that? All right. I think Buckley got a call. It's okay. All right. Well, good show. Good show, everyone. Upvote the live stream. If you're watching this on the replay, use the hype feature. There's a new hype feature to hype the stream. When you're in the comments and you're looking at the live chat replay, there's also a toggle there to hype the stream. Click on that hype button and let's get the stream hyped.
Yeah, I got a phone call.
Yeah. Anything else?
AP is pretty gay.
Well, they're not gay. They're going after straight women.
Yeah, good luck.
Buckley.
Good luck. Why don't you learn how to sell a code before you do that, you know? Maybe we should learn how to sell our watches properly before we go out and try to capture a new market that doesn't even need capturing.
They listen to 1 point of your 5-point bullet plan for the code 1159. Put it on an ambassador.
Yeah, they put an ugly piece unique on the jabroni burger.
Yeah. How's the little munchkin doing, by the way?
I hear him crying, actually. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
It's like a little bird squawking in the back.
Yeah, he's pissed because you mentioned AP and he got upset.
Mention AP? Yes, right.
I
Naturally.
saw the price list. I showed him the price list and he started crying.
Is it just you at home, or is
no
your better half there?
Imagine it was just me at home and I left him downstairs to scream his head off.
No. It's like, it could be in the crib and just woke up from a nap. You never know.
No, the prices of these things are getting ridiculous.
Boston Collector disagrees.
Yeah.
Watches have been too cheap. We need these price increases to keep all the riffraff, and sometimes he calls these people tire kickers, from walking in off the street and buying something. Yeah, there's tremendous amount of tire kickers that tend to come in and, can I get a Royal Oak?
Why are we acknowledging Boston's trolling?
Yeah. Well, he is a member, so.
Boston's secretly selling all of his watches this week. He told me. He's liquidating everything today. It's fake news.
Take care of that baby.
Doing something. I hide in the office until it's over.
Tell us what it's like. Tell us what the first couple of weeks has been like.
You don't sleep, your eyes bleed, you gain weight, and mild constipation.
No, I'm not talking about waiting for the call from Tiffany Patek. I'm talking about
I'm not waiting for any call. Dude, fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with this. $70K out the door for an Aquanaut? No thanks.
Yeah, listen, we're playing in rich people's sandbox. You know, how did we end up here? Stupidity? I don't know. Peer pressure? I'm not sure. But yeah, we ended up way out of our league, way out of our comfort zone. Wait until the kid starts being able to move on its own. Yeah, wait till he stands up on his own. He starts taking his first steps. I'm not sure that it's around a year or 13, 14 months or something around there. But yeah, he goes mobile. Yeah, it's all over.
Mm-hmm.
Right now he's in that crib. He's in the playpen during the day or whatever. He's got the toys. the squishy toys and the plastic toys, the games.
Boston's pretty fucked up, huh?
Yeah. We need graphic birthing stories to really give the audience to get the content that they want. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Uh,
skip that. We'll skip that for today.
skip the birthing stories. But let's just say there was a 24-hour period of time where Buckley went MIA.
I think longer. I think it was like 36 hours.
Yeah, and we're like, okay, something's happening. We think little OC is coming out now. Yeah. All right. Well, good show. Good show. Thanks for jumping on. We covered everything we wanted to cover. We showed you, we have the leaked Patek price list. It could be real. It could be false. We have no friggin' idea, but we'll know on September 15th, on Monday, when these supposed price increases are about to go into effect. My opinion is that this is ballsy, but good for Patek. And they're doubling down on their ultra premium position. If you want to watch, I bet you they're getting flooded with calls this week. Hey, is there any chance I could get my watch now? How good is it going to make those SAs feel to have customers calling and begging for watches, begging for their requested pieces? Can I please come in and buy the $50,000 dress watch today? Please.
There is no dress watch at $50,000 anymore from them. They're all going to be 70 and up. Besides like a Calatrava.
Yeah.
It's over. So these prices are crazy. Good luck. Have fun. Have a good time. Buy them, you know.
The crazy is a relative term. 2 years from now, you'll look back and say, you know what? I could have bought this $90,000 watch when it was 70.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't think so. Might be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. So yeah, we covered all the topics. We covered the price list. We revealed the prices of anybody who wanted to know the prices of the references. We covered the breaking news on AP, dropping some new women's pieces, including the new women's Royal Oak perpetual calendar, specifically for women, designed by women for women. Be allocated exclusively to women.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. Jonathan Smith, upvote the stream, hype the stream. That's a new thing. Hype the stream. You can give super thanks, become members, upgrade your membership, and all that stuff. And until next time, have a great afternoon, great evening. Thank you to Buckley. Thank you to CQTheWatchGuy.com. And we out of here. If you want to join me and Buckley on a VIP after show,
Yeah.
VIP after show. That's right. You can hang out with Buckley. It's Ask Buckley. There's a new segment of the show called Ask Buckley. There you go.
You're not going to get any great answers.
Peace out, fuckers. Until next time, subscribe, enable notifications, like the stream, all that good stuff. Peace out. Catch you next time.